Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Geraint Thomas is one of the best riders that Wales and the UK have ever produced. Multiple Olympic gold winner, Commonwealth champion and of course Tour de France winner. In his career he's shocked the world several times. The latest was his charitable effort to raise money for the NHS, which will include 3 12-hour rides on Zwift. In this video we'll look at 7 times Geraint Thomas shocked the world of cycling. Coming in at number 7 we have Paris-Nice, the 1-2. On the 5th stage of the 2015 Paris-Nice, Richie Porte won on top of the Col de Course de Chaporet. Porte himself attacked inside the final kilometer and Thomas was the only rider able to follow him, and they finished first and second on the stage. This shocked the world as this was the first demonstration of Geraint Thomas's elite climbing potential, and it suggested that he could be on his way to become a rider such as Bradley Wiggins in 2012. His teammate Richie Porte won the race overall that year and Geraint Thomas finished 5th. This was his highest GC result in an elite stage race, so this was definitely a sign of things to come. Coming in at number 6 we have the Tour de Suisse in 2015. His first podium in a World Tour stage race overall came later on in 2015 at the Tour de Suisse. Geraint Thomas was pipped to the overall victory as Simon Spilak took the general classification by 5 seconds in the final time trial. Thomas began the day as the favourite as he trailed the overnight leader of Thibaut Pinot by 34 seconds, with Spilak a further 13 seconds back. But while Thomas had no problem overhauling the Frenchman Pinot, Spilak went even faster to claim his first stage race win in Switzerland. Tom Dumoulin took the stage win and in the process bumped Pinot off the podium entirely as he claimed 3rd place. By Thomas finishing 2nd and beating several GC contenders in the process, including Pinot and the 2018 Giro d'Italia winner Tom Dumoulin, this really showed the enormous GC potential he had. Coming in at number 5 we have E3 Haalbeker. In the 2015 edition of the Belgian semi-classic E3 Haalbeker, Geraint Thomas demonstrated his enormous potential in the cobblestone races when he won the race after attacking fellow leaders Zdeněk Stybar of Etixx Quickstep and Peter Sagan of Tinkoff Saxo with 4 kilometers to go. And Thomas managed to keep them at bay to cross the line on his own and win the coveted Belgian Cobble Classic. Stybar held for 2nd, while Sagan faded in the end and was passed by the chasing peloton. This was truly an incredible performance by Geraint, considering the stiff classics competition he had as well. So this showed that he also had amazing potential in the cobblestone classic. So he was demonstrating that he was a rider that could do a bit of everything in the 2015 season. Coming at number 4 we have the Tour de France 2013. In the 2013 edition of the Tour de France, Geraint Thomas crashed in the final kilometers of the very first stage on Corsica. As a result of the crash, he fractured his pelvis, and the steep challenge that Geraint had ahead of him, because he didn't quit, he actually wanted to pursue finishing the Tour de France. This was excellently summed up by former pro Rob Hales, and he said the following: "Riding a bike with a fractured pelvis is hard enough. Riding a bike with a fractured pelvis in the Tour de France is almost unthinkable." Stage 4 was a big challenge for Geraint Thomas to overcome, as it was a team time trial stage, and he managed to finish within the time limit and only lose 45 seconds to his teammates. The Welshman battled through all the stages with incredible pain and even time trial stages to finish in Paris 140th overall. That's Geraint Thomas said that it felt like he could get out of the saddle and accelerate by the end of the tour, and he felt like he could actually contribute to the team's work. So it seemed like he was starting to cope really well with the pain. This was an amazing feat considering the circumstances that he actually completed the Grand Tour, and this really showcased his grit and determination as a rider. Coming in at number 3 we have Paris-Nice 2016. In March 2016, Thomas led Team Sky at Paris-Nice. On stage 6, Thomas finished 2nd to Ilnur Sakharin of Team Katusha on the mountaintop finish at Madone Duelle to take the race lead by 15 seconds over the pre-race favourite Alberto Contador. Thomas was able to defend his lead on the final stage with assistance from his teammate Sergio Henao. After Contador repeatedly attacked and distanced Thomas on the final climb of Col d'Ez, Thomas crossed the line in Nice 11 seconds after Contador to win the race overall by 4 seconds. And as a result, Geraint Thomas had thereby won the 2nd most prestigious stage race in France with some very worthy opponents. Coming in at number 2 we have Alpe d'Huez's victory. In the 2018 Tour de France on stage 12, Geraint Thomas put in a late surge as they were nearing the top, he managed to beat rivals including teammate Chris Froome and the 2018 Giro d'Italia winner Tom Dumoulin after a grueling climb off Alpe d'Huez. Geraint Thomas was understandably in shock after becoming the first Brit to win on the Tour de France iconic summit, and not just that, he also became the first rider in history to do so in the iconic yellow jersey. Truly an amazing day on the Alpe d'Huez, but more was to come. Coming in at number 1, Tour de France win. Geraint Thomas became the third Brit to win the Tour de France when he crossed the finish line in Paris in 2018. The Team Sky rider, 32 at the time, followed Sir Bradley Wiggins in 2012 and four-time champion Chris Froome as Britain celebrated a 6th win in 7 years. The Welshman, who rode in support of Froome in each of his 4 victories, and now after 3 weeks with 2 stage wins to his name, could finally take the overall title in Paris. Truly remarkable and a testament to the great rider he is. That's it for this video. Is there any moments that you feel that we missed out, such as perhaps his 2017 opening Tour de France time trial? And we've also included the GoFundMe page in the link below for Geraint Thomas, who will be raising money for the NHS. So make sure to check that out, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.